If you've fantasized about a fairy tale romance, you know this weekend is the royal wedding for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And literary expert Gwen Reyes joins us with love stories this morning. Good morning,
Good
Gwen.
morning. I'd like to also add into their royal correspondent would be a great new name for myself. I'm so
are you
excited.
Going to the wedding?
In my mind, in my pajamas, I'm going at 4 a.m. on Saturday when all of the coverage starts.
Okay, let's talk about this. This is called The Most Intimate and Informative Portrait Yet of Prince Harry. The book, Harry, Life, Loss, and Love.
Yes.
Right, from royal expert Katie Nicholl.
Yes, so Katie Nicholl is a correspondent and writer for Vanity Fair, and this is her newest book. Her last book was about the Princess Cambridge, so that would be Catherine as we know her over here. But in this one, we kind of delve into Harry, his upbringing, and then also how he meets Meghan and the woman that he is now going to call his wife.
So it talks about ex-girlfriends and uncovers some new information.
Yeah, so what I thought was really interesting about this was that it talks a lot about how Harry's always been very private and always very fun, and the Playboy and the Bachelor, and that's always been the thing that we thought about him. But he's also just incredibly loyal to his family and to his military services, which is what he did and dedicated 10 years of his life post-college to.
And talks about his second family.
Yes, his second family. So what was interesting about this, because it's kind of a misnomer on that, what happened was after Diana passed away, Charles took both of his sons to Botswana to go on a safari, and from that moment on, he actually learned that he really loved Africa and made it a thing. So now he goes back every single year for about 4 to 6 weeks to Botswana. And actually, even though the royals reported that he proposed to her at their home in Kensington, he actually proposed to her in Botswana last August.
That's kind of romantic.
Very romantic.
So some of us are more interested probably in Meghan Markle than we are.
Of course. We more identify with her.
So Andrew Morton has a new book out about her.
Yes, about Meghan. And so in this one, what was really great about Meghan, a Hollywood princess, is we see a lot of who Meghan is and how she came about by being both a middle-class daughter in Hollywood. So she actually started working as a Hollywood actress very young, went to college, and then came back.
Yeah, she's done pretty well for herself.
She's done pretty well for herself, yes.
And he talks about how they met on a blind date.
They met on a blind date.
We kind of knew.
We get to kind of know, but what we didn't really know for a long time was who of her friends and his friends set the whole date up. It was originally reported that it was the owner of the Soho House in Toronto. Then it was also reported that it was the Maloneys, who are celebrity gossip people in Canada. And it turned out that it was a stylist that they shared in common.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Okay, they both share the fact that they had parents who were divorced.
Yes.
And this goes into that some?
It does go into that a lot, and it kind of helps them understand each other. And she is also a divorcee, which is, if you were to go back 100 years, this would be incredible. It would never happen.
Never have happened.
Queen Elizabeth is much more laid back than her father and uncle, so they were allowed to. She was allowed to kind of write that off.
Okay, I watched Suits and loved her in Suits.
Did you see the wedding?
No,
okay.
I did not see
waiting
that.
for you when you have some time.
Yeah, so because she eventually does get married. For
she does. The season finale of this past season, and also her final episode, she and her co-star got married on the show, and there is rumors that a lot of her Suits family will be going over this weekend for the wedding.
Well, they'll have a good time.
Yeah, they should have a real fun time.
The royal we.
Yes, the royal we. So now we're having our fiction. Now we're kind of enjoying, allowing our brains to just kind of pretend that we get to also be princesses. And I loved the royal we because this one is, if you were to take Meghan's story and Kate Middleton's story, where you have an English woman goes to Oxford, meets the prince, and falls in love with him, and they like all the tabloids and all the other stuff that comes with that, and the responsibility of that is really delved into with this book.
And the last book is The Royal Treatment.
Okay,
and this, you said, has a wild plot.
This has a wild plot. This is also like, if you are a big fan of 50 Shades of Grey, this is like that kind of a book. So it's very sexy. It's a big page turner. You'll get it done in one night. But it's such a great book.
Why is that, Gwen, that you'll get it done in one night?
Just get it done in one night. It's a quick read.
I think I want to read that one.
Yeah, it was a real fun read.
All right. So that sounds all good. And you're not going to the wedding, but you will be.
I will be watching it. 4 a.m. You can follow me at Real Vixen on Twitter. I will be up talking about it.
All right. Thanks, Gwen. We appreciate it. You can go to freshfiction.com for more royal reads. Stay with us. We'll be right back.